Hi. I don't know where my phone is. Oh, I found it. It's on my laptop. It is 11:57 p.m. slash a.m. slash p.m. I was just thinking, and I think it's because I'm like really starting to think about internships and like applying for stuff, and I have so much passion for two things. Well, I have a lot of passion for a lot of things, but like in my work field, I have passion for two things. Kind of three things. One is like kind of not, I don't know what I could do with it, but it's kind of like online relationships and friendships. Like I think that's amazing and beautiful and important in the world. Um, it's a great way to like get a different perspective on things. But yeah, that's I don't really know how I could like incorporate that into like my field, but that's something. But I'm so passionate about creator slash like artist happiness and fulfillment and like fan relations slash interactions slash like VIP experiences and stuff. And I've known that forever, but I think recently I've like noticed how much I care. And I think today it like really hit me. I was watching Lily Singh's new video, her honest Q&A number 2. I will post it in the bar below. She's on tour right now for her book, and I don't know how to explain my relationship to Lily. I think she gets a lot of shit from other creators because of how YouTube treats her. Because she's successful and because she's bringing so much profit to YouTube. And you know, when they put her billboards out and they cover stuff in, they wrap stuff, these huge buses in like her, it brings more revenue to YouTube because for some reason, not for some reason, I mean she's amazing, but her content is very easy to understand and very easy to relate to, and therefore she brings a lot of revenue to YouTube and a lot of consistent revenue to YouTube. She gets a lot of shit for, you know, being this person that think she's so great. And I can see where people see that, but I think it's because the way other people treat her. Sorry, I'm like completely tangent off of her video, but for example, I think a lot of it has been like quietly going on for a while where like people have been thinking like this. Like for example, I know when she got her diamond play button before she hit, and I know people were, I mean, like livid about it. That's not her, that's YouTube. Another thing that recently happened that I think brought a lot of that anger to the surface was the YouTube Rewind, which first of all, don't even get me started on this year's YouTube Rewind. Practically everyone compared her to Beyonce. Came out in these big doors and everything stopped and we're just looking at her and she was just, you know, standing up there like she was the greatest thing ever. And I know a lot of people started hating her after that, and I know a lot of creators gave her shit after that. And I didn't disagree. I thought it was ridiculous. You know, PewDiePie wasn't in it. Sure, if he had conflicts, whatever, I'm sure they wouldn't have put PewDiePie up there. They put Lily up there strategically for a reason. And I think what people don't realize is that if she would have said no to that, that would have ruined so much for her. That's her life. Like, YouTube is how she gets money, and yes, she has her brand, and yes, she has this and that, but YouTube and her videos is how she continues her brand and grows it. And I know that the fact that if they asked her to do that and she said, you know, no, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that for X, Y, and Z, she would have never been brought another opportunity like that again. And that's how the real world works, and it sucks, but it's true. And so, why I get off on this tangent, I digress back to where I was. In Lily's Q&A today, she said something that I know happens a lot, and I know it happens on the fan level and on the supporter level. But I didn't realize, I knew it, but like it was validated to me today that it happens on the business level. And that is that creators are treated and artists are treated like robots and like slaves. I've always known the music industry was like that. And I knew this from Joe Jonas's interview, and I tell everyone this story. When Jonas Brothers broke up about 3 years later, Joe did that iconic interview with Rolling Stone where he talked about, you know, having sex with Demi in a car and doing weed with Miley and Demi when they were 14 years old and a slew of other things as of how the music industry really is and how they would be locked at like 13, 15, and 17 years old in a room at Disney for like 8, 9, 10 hours until they made, 60 songs or, whatever. And ever since that day I read that article, I have had this fire to change that. I either want to be a manager in the music industry for pop vocal artists or a manager for social media creators. So today, I was watching Lily's video and she made a statement about how she's on tour, she's on a book tour. Somebody asked her when she last cried. Or no, what the worst part or the hardest part of having fame is. When she started, it kind of sounded like she was going down the track of, people coming up to me, getting noticed all the time. And I was ready to be like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Like, and she says, not being treated like a person and being treated like a robot and no one caring about me, no one caring about Lily, and that I'm actually a person with real emotions and having, people, I can't remember if she said business people or adults. She said something that made it very obvious that she was talking about like people, like her touring people. And she just kind of went on for a little while about not being treated like a person. And I tweet all the time about this. Creators and people that you love and your faves and whatever you want to call them, no matter who they are in the world, Instagram, Snapchat, an artist, a music artist, a YouTuber, whatever, they're not a prize for you to win. They're not a picture for you to take and post all over social media. They're not, a conversation to be had just to be had so that you can tell other people about it. If someone asks you, yeah, obviously, do that. Obviously get a picture. Obviously have those memory banks, but don't make that the first thing. Don't run up to somebody and get a picture at Buffer. I will never forget this. It was just so shocking to me and it angered me so much because I am so passionate about treating creators like people. There was this kid that pushed everyone away at Buffer when we were at the red carpet. For every single person that came through the red carpet, he didn't even know who they were. He would just get a picture with them. And I know people do that at playlists, and I know people do that at VidCon, and I know that's why creators don't go around anymore. Well, A, because they would be mobbed, which is a whole nother situation. Don't even get me started on that. But it's because they're literally treated like meat and like prizes and like not like people. And when Lily said that, it like hit me so hard. And I was like, and I've known this because I've talked about it with friends for a while. I've known that secretly deep down for a few years now, the social media influencers are being treated the same way as they're being treated in the music industry. And I've known that, but just hearing that, like, caught me deep. It hurt so much. And I had like no words. And I wanted to cry. And it just kind of like reminded me how much I care about the subject and how much it means to me. And I think that ends up being the fall of all of these people. The Lindsay Lohans of the world and the Amanda Byneses of the world. And I've heard stories of people I know working literally 48 and 72 hours without sleep. And it's horrifying and it's disgusting that these people are not being treated like people. And it truly hurts my heart because I know that that's the reason that the Amanda Byneses of the world and the Lindsay Lohans and whoever else turned to drugs and turned to alcohol and turned to sex and turned to suicide in some cases. It's because it's not okay and it's not healthy and you literally have no self-worth. I mean, I could not imagine. I just wish that I could go to the top of all of these buildings, of these huge companies, and just scream to them, you're ruining your livelihood. You're ruining what makes you alive. Your creators and your artists, literally killing them off one by one. And yeah, I know there's hundreds of thousands of them, but you need to care for the ones that you have. You need to care for them. I just don't understand how you could just not have sight of that. And I think that's what I want to do. I want to be the person, or I want to be the company that these artists or these creators can go to and say, I want to work with her, or I want to work with them because I know they will take care of me. Or I want to be able to help the people that are trying to escape the horror. I'd love to help them. Or I'd love to go into places, fucking fix these companies and their stupid ass mentality. I'm sorry, it's not about the 500,000 you're gonna make a year. Yeah, it's great, but it really is about your client's happiness and the creator's happiness. I don't know. I've ranted for like 30 minutes, but it's just something I really care about. And I've had friends, in different industries for a while, but I think seeing it so up close and so personal in so many different situations within the last 6 months has really just brought it home for me. And I think it's so important to make sure that the creator happiness and the fans, experience and interaction need to work together and both need to be a top priority. And I don't know how that's going to happen yet. And I don't know how to do that right now. But I promise you one day I will make it happen. Sorry for my rant. It's something that I really care about. Because I care about people and I care about the way that they're treated and I care about this industry. May it be music industry or the social media industry. I care so much. And I know these people aren't being treated correctly and I'm not okay with that. I've never been okay with it, but like more recently I'm really not okay with it. And one of the internships I'm applying for, I'm not gonna say a lot, but I hope I have an opportunity to speak with people that can begin to get the wheels turning and to hopefully help make people realize that that's what's important. That's all I'm gonna say. But I need to clean my room now because it's 12:30. I have class at 10. Please just, if you get something out of this, which I don't know if anyone even listens to these because they're so rambly, because I just have so much passion that I just keep talking. But treat your people you love and the creators you love like people. If you can right now, please just send them a tweet thanking them for all they do for you, because I promise it'll mean the world to them. Have a good week. Bye, guys.
Say something